Alright, so with Maze of Millennia coming out soon and Bonfire being the chase card of the set, today we're going to be talking about top 5 cards you can search with Bonfire. Share your thoughts in the comments down below if you maybe have some interesting ideas for those search targets, and like the video if you enjoy it. So let's start off by talking about what Bonfire actually does. It's obviously a searcher like we have established, and you get to add a level 4 or lower Pyro monster from your deck to your hand. You can only activate one Bonfire per turn, but this is actually monumental in our metagame. So far we've only seen Rota, which is like so important, such a buster card, obviously at 1, and Bonfire, some people are saying maybe this card is even gonna get limited, but what are the actual good Pyro targets for this card's search? For number 5 on today's list, I have a couple honorable mentions. If you want to play some roguish strategies, these are the cards you're probably going to be searching. So the first one among all of these is going to be Incantation Candle. So this is a level 4 light Pyro monster, which works really well with ritual strategies. You can reveal a ritual spell in your hand, you get to special summon this card from your hand and add an incantation monster from your deck. And if this card is special summoned from the deck, you can also add a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. It's very, very generic for any kind of ritual strategy. I've seen it being played in Necros, for example, so if you're trying to play anything like that, this might be a good search target. The next one, very dear to my heart, is Prankits Lampsies. It's a Pyro Prankit. That's all I have to say, but actually no, another thing I have to say is that Prankits aren't that great, so I'm not sure how many of you are actually going to be searching Lampsies with Bonfire, but you can do it if you want. Prankits have a ton of starters, but maybe right now you're trying to play builds with polymerization and the likes, and you want to see as many Prankits in your opening hand as possible. So if you're a Prankits enthusiast, this is a search target for you. The next one among our honorable mentions is going to be TG Rocket Salamander. Now, I don't know if you're actually eager to be searching this card. I've only seen it be played at 2 in the deck, so it might not be as important, but it is a Pyro monster that you can search, again, if you feel like it. Then we need to mention Snake Eye cards, and you guys probably guessed it by now, but this list is going to contain some Snake Eye cards. So among the honorable mentions, I have Oak as well as Birch. All the Snake Eye cards are fires and pyros also, and they can be searched with Bonfire. And overall, Snake Eyes are going to be quite a prominent strategy in my opinion. So let's talk about what these two cards do if you want to search either of them. So Oak, if it's normal or special summon, you get to target one of your level 1 fire monsters that's banished or in your graveyard, either add it to your hand or special summon it back. And you also get to send 2 face-up cards you control to the grave, including this one, to special summon 1 Snake Eye monster from your hand or deck. So it's gonna get some plays going. And as for Birch, if you control a fire monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. These types of effects are always really good. It's also not an activated effect. And during your opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you can send 2 face-up cards you control to the grave, including this card, special summon 1 Snake Eye monster from your hand or deck, except Birch. So both of them function very similarly, and they cannot special summon themselves. Now let's continue with the number 4 slot on today's list, and it's going to go to Volcanic Rocket. Now we've seen some interesting fire pyros lately, among which is a deck played by Herman Hansen and that included Volcanic Rocket at one of the YCSs lately. So yes, it's interesting. It does a lot. It actually shocked us when we watched on stream. At least me, I was surprised by the sheer power of the deck. And Volcanic Rocket being one of your starting plays to get to Blaze Accelerator and the shells and all of that can be searched with Bonfire. So when this card is summoned, you can add 1 Blaze Accelerator from your deck or grave to your hand. Now there's also other Volcanic cards that are pyros, but if you search this one, you get to access all the other ones. Now, the number 3 on today's list is going to be Centurion Trudea. So this one might come as a bit of a surprise. It's just a dark monster, but it's actually a pyro. And Trudea is important for the Centurion strategy, but what's even more important for that strategy is the fact that you have to have your initial play going through. So extenders are very much welcome in that deck because sometimes you won't be able to play through a simple impermanence on one of your opening plays, either through Dea or Primera. So if you get to have access to more of your cards, it's much easier to play through Disruption, and Centurion just has so much space in your main deck where you can definitely afford to run a search card. So Centurion through Dea says, during your main phase, you can place this card you control and one Centurion monster from your hand or deck, except Centurion through Dea, in your spell and trap zones as face-up continuous traps. Also, you cannot special summon her for the rest of this turn. And during the main phase, if this card is a continuous trap, you can special summon this card, then you can increase its level by 4. So it's really, really important, helps access your level 12 synchro plays, and yeah, all in all, just a really nice part of the strategy, which now can be searched. As for number 2 on today's list, we have Snake Eye Ash. Like I alluded to before, Snake Eye cards are also targets for Bonfire, and Ash is one of the most important ones because it's going to get so many plays started. If you've seen any Fire King combos, Snake Eye combos, and the likes, it's actually busted what one Bonfire is able to establish. So if Ash is normal or special summon, you can add one level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand. This is already busted because we're going to talk about some, or at least one, insane fire very soon. You can send 2 face-up cards you control to the graveyard, including this card, special summon one Snake Eye monster from your hand or deck, except itself. So the second effect is the same among all the cards, and usually you're going to be accessing the Snake Eye's Flambird Dragon, which just helps with so many things. You get to revive 2 Snake Eye cards, or Aponics if you're playing a Fire King strategy. You get to place IP in your spell and trap card zone and bring it out from there for an additional disruption. It actually does so much, and Fire Kings are just going to be busted. And Bonfire is going to be a huge part of this. So this brings us to the number 1 card on the list, and in case you haven't guessed it by now, it's obviously Gemini Garnet. Like, have you seen the insane combos circulating YouTube lately? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. There's no combos. It would be insane, but there aren't any. However, hopefully I didn't disappoint you, because we actually have a really busted card to talk about, and that's Snake Eye Populace. So this one is coming out in Phantom Nightmare. It's not out yet, and it's not going to be out when Bonfire comes out, but please get your Bonfires, because Populace is the reason why you play this card. So, okay, Snake Eye Ash gets to search for a level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand. What you would usually be searching is the Populace. It's just so busted. So let's read through it. If this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special summon it. So you get to add it with Bonfire, special summon it. Add it with Ash, special summon it. You get the gist. So basically, if this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Snake Eye Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. So you would be searching for original Sinful Spoils, and you don't need to go through Witch, pitching a card, getting Sinful Spoils. You can just immediately search it with Populace. But it also has an insane third effect, because it transforms itself into a free card to actually send off of original Sinful Spoils. So if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one fire monster in your grave, place it face up in its owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. And if you noticed, it doesn't say it cannot target itself. So your usual play would be to go for Linkuribo, place this card in the spell and trap card zone, and then activate the original Sinful Spoils, so you get to get rid of Populace, which is just completely free over there in the back row, and then you get to bring out whatever you want, either Aponics or something else. So yeah, it's also busted because Snake Eye Ash can get rid of itself and Populace to bring out Flambird Dragon. Then you get to, for original, you get to get rid of Linkuribo, which was also free because of Populace's just existence. So yes, this card brings a lot to the table, and Bonfire is a really, really, really important addition as well. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the top 5 cards that you can search with Bonfire. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Share your ideas and thoughts in the comments down below, and yeah, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.